All right, I'm gonna try this again. Hey everybody, I know it's been a bit since I made a video, but this is the first time making a video since I got my own computer. So I'm on my own Mac Air now. I got a brand new um, Mac Air. Yeah. So we're gonna see how this is working. This is gonna be a tactics time. I guess I'll call them tactics time. Why not? Um, So if you guys want to try and solve this one, this is one of my homework problems from John Bryant. I took him on as a coach a couple weeks ago, and I'm meeting him once a week on Wednesdays. So he's going to help me attempt to win the North American Open, I think it's called, the big one in Vegas in December. So yeah, I'll let you guys in on some of the studying that we're doing. So anyway, this is black to play, and it's a forced mate. So I'm not going to tell you how many moves it is, but it's longer than one or two. It's kind of a long mate. So if you want to pause the video here and give yourself 30 seconds if you're a super genius, or a couple minutes, 2, 3, 4. I think it took me like 5 minutes to solve this. Preferably without using a board where you're moving into it. Preferably if you can see it in your mind's eye only. That's a better way to do it, because when you're actually playing a game, you can't sit there and move pieces around. So yeah. Okay, so if you got it here, you probably noticed that if we're looking for a mate, there are usually some sort of sacks involved, and this is a prime juicy target here on h3. And one of the first aspects I noticed about this puzzle was the fact that after we sack either the rook or the queen on h3, we're removing this piece here that's basically providing some safe haven for the king to escape this way if this piece wasn't there. Well, it's blocking the king anyway, but once it's gone, then we have to make sure that this square is still covered. And it is still covered because this bishop is covering this long diagonal from a8 to h1. So after you notice that, then sacks, you start looking at sack lines. Take with the queen or take with the rook, it doesn't really matter which one you take with. Once you take with one, bishop has to take with the other, king takes, okay. So now we have the king on h3, and king cannot escape to g2. So next rook comes over and says check. So the king is here, can't move here, cannot move backwards, and it can't move forward, so g4 is the only square. So king is on g4. Now, as of right now, he has no escape squares, but we still have to check somehow. So the move f5 looked pretty promising. And after we deliver a check on f5, king has to go to g5. Okay, here's where it was a little bit interesting. And I was kind of stuck at this point for a few minutes because I wanted to give checkmate with the bishop, but then I realized that the queen can block. And even if we take it, then the rook will come and take it. So reverse engineering that scenario, I was looking for anything else that might exist in the position. And I noticed that we have one remaining check to give while the king is here. And that is rook to h5, check. Now this would normally just be checkmate if the queen wasn't here. But now, as you can see, since the queen has to take, then the rook h5 move is actually a deflection. It's a removal of a piece, of a defender. It's removing the queen from the defense of this square right here. Okay, so after we say check, queen has to take, Queen has to take, and now the bishop can come and deliver checkmate with only one piece that can interpose, which is the rook. So I'll turn on the engine and see what the engine has to say about the matter. Engine already knows about this problem now. The first time I turned the engine on, it didn't see it right away. It wanted to, I think, take the bishop. And then, king takes, and then one of these comes in. That would not be checkmate because the king could come here. But that was the first gut reflex move that the engine came up with. But anyway, engine sees it. So I just wanted to reiterate that you can take with either the queen or the rook. So we'll take with the queen. Bishop has to take. Take with the rook. Can't move here or here, so we have to take the rook. We'll bring the other rook in. King has one move. Check. King comes down. Now, as you notice, we're up to this position where if we did come here, king can interpose, and if we take, then the rook can come in, and it would simply be trading pieces, and there would be no mate. So, importantly, we have this one final check to remove the guard, or to remove the defender, or to deflect. And the queen has to take because the king cannot move anywhere else. So queen takes. Now we go bishop d8 check. Rook has to interpose, and we capture with checkmate. So that was a pretty fun puzzle involving deflections. Yeah, let me know if you got it. And let me know your thought processes in either finding it or not finding it, because both of those thought processes are important. In fact, the one where you didn't find it is probably more important than the one where you did find it. So post in the comments what you think about the puzzle, and if you did or didn't get it, and how long it took you, and your thought process. Okay? All right. Thank you, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.